let's go ahead and get started with so we'll do the build, we'll do the full test run script and evaluate different responses and how the whole experience is, just like I did with my agent comparison video, and so a similar format. But you will then have a script of working with agents and assistant, and I think it's a more organic way. It's like a precursor to AGI, where essentially there, or even in levels pre that, we're conversing and having the type of dialogue and context and maintenance that's very different from just straight chat or just straight voice real time. So we're gonna build and optimize for that, and then go through the script, touch on a number of different areas, basically test every class of custom tool that it has access to and see how well it listens to our instructions. Let's get started. We're gonna build, let's save first, right? So I'm literally just in a blank flow. So this one that I'm making, I'm naming it Via. Very appropriately for Vadim's intelligent assistant. I ran this test just once prior, just to check a couple of key major things, but this is going to be a pretty organic flow where I bring an agent up online kind of thing, where they actually have some, it's not cognition, I don't think, no, it's still simulating a ton of stuff. But it's more like we as humans are preparing for that rather than this technology being exactly that yet, if that makes sense. Tesseract via public build. I think I'll source this whole canvas, so just let me know in whatever channel that you want the canvas, we can make it happen. Build public one. All right, let's start with the heart. A tool agent. Back up a little bit. Just gonna pull up my reference here. For the brain and the model, using tried and true. And for the most part, I will just say it, I'm an OpenAI guy. I've just had so much, all of us, but of course, so many other providers provide amazing things now. So we'll connect things as we go. So if you're following along and doing this more for the tutorial, even just to build. So again, it's like the other series where we will build and then proceed straight to, because they're different jobs. Like this is essentially like abstracted code of all the LangChain. This is engineering and stuff, but then there's all sorts of psychographic or everything that's very like potentially, non-engineering based. Let's do it. Right now we have our engineering hats on and my cat. So for the brains, I will use, for now, actually 4.0 latest. Just plenty sufficient here. I think 03 mini now is probably gonna kill it too and be amazing. But really, point is, any app, whatever model you use, just feel free to swap it out. You just have to make sure that whatever you're using has really good function calling abilities and is totally reliable, as we will see is the case with OpenAI. Set the temperature to 0.5. So in this case, I'm leaning more towards that because we're going to be using it to do specific things, right? It's very deterministic. It's going to be reaching into personal tools of mine, performing API calls, doing all sorts of stuff. Let's bring in then 0.5. It's just going to give us that closed deterministic feel. We're not out there, so we're still relying on it for more processing rather than maybe all the creative potential. Okay, so then we will connect up the memory, which in my case is DynamoDB. And then let's do the cache. For cache, I like to use a lot of Upstash. Okay, we're not going to do a chat prompt template, but we are going to have it generate its own system prompt, or developer prompt as it is now known. So for the latest, newest updates and models, we're going to be switching to developer prompt, but for the most part, very similar things. So we're going to start out, open it up and pop it once we get it up. We're going to start out with it in a blank identity like this. So, right, nothing outside of it's what it's already programmed to do. And then we're just going to do this pass on it where we do a few drafts and then come up together with what its identity should be. As you notice, as I'm going through, it's just saving up. And otherwise, let's keep building.